Hi everyone, my name is Nicole and I am the staff attorney for Catholic Immigration Legal Services. We are a nonprofit immigration legal services provider located in Seattle, Washington. We are a part of Catholic Community Services of Western Washington. In this presentation, we are going to talk about DACA and the Supreme Court and what you should know now. So what is DACA? Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA for short, is an executive action that was implemented by the Obama administration on June 15, 2012. The purpose of the program is to provide temporary relief from deportation and work authorization to certain young undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. DACA does not provide a permanent legal status, and its validity period is only 2 years. The current status of DACA. On September 5, 2017, the Trump administration announced it would end DACA. After the announcement, a number of lawsuits were filed in U.S. district courts across the country challenging the termination of DACA. These lawsuits have been making their way through the courts since then. Last year, on June 28, 2019, the Supreme Court of the United States, or SCOTUS for short, agreed to hear 3 of the cases challenging the termination of DACA. On November 12, 2019, SCOTUS heard oral arguments in the consolidated DACA case. The legal issues for examination in the consolidated case are: 1. Is the Department of Homeland Security's decision to wind down DACA judicially reviewable? So essentially, do courts have the legal authority to review the administration's decision to end DACA? And 2. Is the Department of Homeland Security's decision to wind down DACA lawful? Another way to think about this is to ask, did the administration end the DACA program properly? It's impossible for us to know exactly how the Supreme Court will rule. What the court says about how it reached its conclusion will be as important as what it ultimately concludes. So what are some possible outcomes? One outcome is that SCOTUS decides that courts may not review the administration's decision to end DACA. This means that the current administration can proceed with its decision to end DACA. But, on a positive note, a decision like this can mean that a future administration could possibly reinstate DACA. Another outcome is that SCOTUS decides that it may review the administration's decision to end DACA and decides that the termination was unlawful. This would be a win for DACA recipients. This could essentially put us back to where we were before the administration announced that it was terminating DACA. We would have to wait and see how the court's decision is written to know more about what the DACA program could potentially entail. But keep in mind, the administration could potentially try to end DACA again based on a different legal reasoning. The last scenario is that SCOTUS decides that it may review the administration's decision to end DACA and decides the termination was lawful. This would be the worst case scenario. This would mean that the administration can proceed with its decision to end DACA. Again, the reasons the court gives for its decision will affect how abruptly the DACA program is terminated completely or scaled back. So what does this mean right now? A decision from the Supreme Court is expected anytime between now and the end of June 2020. Since we don't know how or what the Supreme Court will decide, DACA recipients should start preparing themselves now. Due to injunctions currently in place, USCIS is still accepting DACA renewal requests. USCIS is not accepting brand new applications, and advanced parole is no longer available for DACA-based applications. So what should you do now? There are 4 important things to consider while we wait for the Supreme Court's decision. Renew your DACA status now if eligible. Arrange a legal consultation to explore your options. Know your rights and make a safety plan, and stay informed. Renew your DACA now if eligible. DACA recipients who have or previously had DACA can continue to submit applications to renew their DACA. Discuss your eligibility for renewal with a legal service provider before submitting your DACA renewal application. For example, if your DACA status expired more than a year ago, if you have new criminal issues since your last renewal, if you traveled without advanced parole, or if you have been in removal proceedings, it's a good idea to talk to an attorney or DOJ accredited rep about your case. Even if you're not facing these scenarios, it's a good idea to talk to a legal service provider for help. If you're concerned about the costs associated with a renewal application, please know that there are many nonprofit immigration legal service providers that can help for free or for a small fee. Make sure you consult with a licensed attorney or DOJ accredited rep and stay away from notarios, consultants, or others claiming to provide immigration assistance without a law degree or accreditation by the Department of Justice. Also, please don't delay because this process takes time. Next, you should arrange a legal consult to explore your options. DACA itself does not lead to lawful permanent residency, a green card, nor citizenship, but you may have other legal options. There are many different manners in which someone can apply for residency. There are family-based petitions, employment-based petitions, humanitarian-based relief, and more. The law or your particular situation may have changed since the last time you spoke to someone about it. We recommend that you talk to your parents about your arrival to the U.S., how you entered, where you entered, and when you entered. You should also ask if any immigration applications have been filed on your behalf. Also consider whether or not family members are now lawful permanent residents or U.S. citizens. It's a good idea to understand your immigration history and prepare a timeline for a legal service provider to review. As always, know your rights and make a safety plan. No matter your immigration status in the U.S., you have constitutional rights. If you encounter ICE or any other law enforcement, please remember that you have the right to remain silent, the right to speak to an attorney, and the right to refuse to sign anything without the advice of an attorney. Choose a trusted family member or friend that you can call if you're detained, and make sure that you memorize their phone number. Your trusted person should also know what your backup plans are. They should know where your important documents are located, and ideally, your trusted person should be someone that is a lawful permanent resident or U.S. citizen. Protect yourself and your family. Make a plan ahead of time and be prepared. Our office has a lot of good resources and information regarding your rights and safety planning. Please get in touch with our office for a free informational packet. The Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network website is also an excellent source of information. Their website is waisn.org. Stay informed and get help. One of the best ways to protect yourself and your family is to stay informed. The websites here provide a lot of useful information for immigrants and their allies. Lastly, you are not alone. As of December 31st, 2019, there were approximately 649,000 active DACA recipients in the U.S. Over 16,000 of those active DACA recipients reside in Washington. Across the country, there are over 600 nonprofit legal service providers offering assistance to immigrants. Organizations like Catholic Immigration Legal Services are advocating for you. We recognize the many great contributions you make to our community, and we value your presence. You are our family, our friends, our coworkers, our neighbors, and we believe that your home is here. If you have questions about your DACA eligibility, need help with your DACA renewal, want to schedule a free consultation to explore your options, or if you have any other immigration questions, please contact our DACA hotline at 206-566-6664. You can also contact our DOJ accredited rep Marta at martar@ccsww.org. Our office is located at 100 23rd Avenue South, Seattle, Washington 98144. Due to COVID-19 policies and regulations, we're currently working remotely. This may cause a short delay in our ability to return calls, but we're still continuing to serve our clients. We hope this presentation was informative, and we want you to know that we're here to support you any way that we can. Thank you for watching. Take care.